Hi parents, I am excited that I get to make a video for you and talk to you a little bit about how we've structured my daughter's at-home learning space and what it is looking like for her. She's turning 5 in May, so she'll be in kindergarten next year. So this is kind of your second year preschooler. She's starting to read 3-letter words. She's working on addition and 100 board decimal system, things like that. And I wanted to be able to share with you what that's looking like for us, so that if you have an older child, you can kind of tailor it to them, a little more complex, a little more abstract. And if you have a younger child, a 3 or a 4-year-old, you can kind of pare things down and make things more concrete. So we decided to make a space in her bedroom available for her activities and her shelf, because we have an 18-month-old who gets into everything. So she needed to be able to shut the door and really be able to focus and have her schoolwork be kind of sacred for herself and not really be bothered if she has something out. So that's where we set it up. And then we've decided to keep everything else in the house the same. We don't want to feel like we've brought the whole school and changed, everything. We want to keep the home still a home and really make sure that in this time of stress, that things feel as normal as possible. We're just doing some extra learning that is familiar from school. So I'm going to kind of give you a tour of the room and then show you the system we have set up for her. Okay, so the first thing we have that I've always had in her room is a reading chair and some books. And she often comes in here at least once or more a day and just reads, which is so important. We have this in the classroom, so having it at home is a great thing. We also kind of have a makeshift peace area where if she's really wanting time by herself, not wanting to be with sister, that's kind of her peace area where she brings a book into, or coloring page or activity. Here we have her desk. We have an old name card that we save so she knows what work is needing to be done next. We also have an ABC chart that I've had for a very long time that you can print out, something like that, and have it available, especially for your beginning writers who are starting to make association between letter and sound. So I also have all supplies that she could ever need: crayons, markers, pencils, tape, glue, scissors. All of those are always available at school, so we wanted to make sure that was available for her at home. Then I have a 3-shelf system that stacks on itself. These are actually shoe organizers for a closet. They're $15, I think, at Target. And so for under $50, we have her whole shelf system. We already had these shelves, so we just made it work. You don't have to go buy anything. Use what you have around the house. And we'll go over each shelf in each area in a moment. And then the other things I have for her to get work done are a work rug, a yoga mat, and then we have a work plan that helps her plan out her week, as well as folders for each curriculum area. So we have math, language, zoology, geography, botany, sensorial, and art. And so all of these are here, and she knows that that's the folder she can get when she's ready to do a specific area. So just for example, in the math folder, I have all the printables that are on the website. I just printed out all of them so that she could have them ready. I have some addition worksheets, and that way, no matter what she's wanting to work on, they're all here. And I've gone over all of the materials with her in every single folder so that she knows what to do. You know, if she wants to come and really wants to do the parts of a horse, she knows that that is in her, oh, she already did it, parts of a bird. She knows that is in her zoology folder, and she can find that easily on her own. She doesn't need my guidance. So then if we come back to her shelf, we have a microscope that she got and already had. We have the CVC 3 letter words that she can spell, and also the words that go with it. I just cut them on the line so she can either match and read them, or she can make the word with her movable alphabet, which we'll chat about in a second. I also got the Bob books. She's just starting to read, and so this was a really exciting thing for her. It's one of the things we decided to purchase. I believe it's about $20 on Amazon. If your child is beginning to read and your teachers suggest this, that would be one of my top 3 purchases for at-home learning. She also picked out these stencils that are like more complex than a 3-letter word. So she'll spell out banana and then trace it and write it, but that was her own creation, and so I went with it, and we help her with the bigger words. This is a container that she's had of all objects that start with a different letter in the alphabet, so she'll practice beginning sounds with those. And then our other purchase is the movable alphabet. This was on Amazon for about $40, I believe. If you don't do this, you really don't have to. Just print out letters that are in either red and blue, or don't have them all be in black, but it will help with her word building when she's doing either pictures or more complex words. So the next level, we have math. So here's a puzzle she's had for a long time that is just 1 to 9, but it helps with 1-to-1 correspondence. So look around the house. If you have something that can be used as a work, use that, because maybe in a different way your child will be excited about it again. This tin has all the printables for math. So we have the red and blue rods that she uses for addition. We have the addition bead work, and we have the teen number matching work, and those all sit here. So depending on what work she wants to do, she'll grab one of the sets. I have 20 objects here that she picked out that we can use for addition. So you can make any number between 1 + 1 up to 10 + 10. If you have 20 objects, it could be rocks, beans, bouncy balls, anything that you have at home. Don't overthink it. Just grab 20 objects and it's a great starting addition work. This is the third thing we purchased, which was the 100 board, which is about $15 on Amazon. And between this and the other 2, that's all we bought. Everything else we had. So this one she was very excited about, and she's doing it a little more challenging right now where all the tiles are mixed up, but we also have little containers where there's 20 tiles per container if she needs a little more organization with that. The next shelf, we have some printables from the website, the rhyming, the alphabetical order words, and then the ending sound. And I used binder clips for all of them. So she knows this is one whole work and can bring it to her rug or her desk and then complete it and put it back. I have Chicka Chicka Boom Boom because it's an alphabet book that I thought would be fun. Think creatively. If you have a book, if you have a calendar or a map or anything that might be interesting, include it in their activities and see what they do with it. I have some word building, and this is a word building puzzle that we've had for a very long time, but she still loves it, so it made its way onto the language shelf. I then have some practical life activities, tonging work with muffin tins and just colored pom-poms. really, it doesn't have to be hard. This is more to feel like a comfort for her. So she has something familiar that can kind of be easy and relaxing. I have the sequencing hand washing cards that are printables, and then just some bean scooping. Again, she can do it, but having something that's familiar that would be in her classroom is a nice break when she's doing more academic things. Then I pulled all of the books about animals that we have to go on our zoology shelf. And then I put out all of the parts of animals here, and they're each binder clipped by animal. If this is too overwhelming for your child, try one animal per week and then switch it out and see how they do with that. But Ella seems to be navigating that okay. And then here is the birds for each continent, as well as the spider life cycle, and then a hungry caterpillar work that she made. All of those kind of go into zoology as well. Then we have, again, just a book that works with geography and kind of is an inspiration. She might find, something that looks like what she wants to do, whether it's the rainforest, rivers and forest environments, a world, a solar system. It kind of just offers inspiration and a catalyst for research and more activity. I then have the 3-part cards. You can make 3-part cards by printing any printable twice. So I printed all of the landforms first and didn't cut them, and then I printed a second set and cut the picture from the label, and then they can put 3-part cards together, which is a good matching work for them. I have a magnifying glass, and then we have the plant life cycle sequencing cards, as well as the not recycling objects. That's good for Earth Day and April and always. And then we just have a map with a lot of different, calendar with a lot of different nature pictures that she likes exploring. For sensorial, we just have this toy that we've had for a long time, shapes that she can match and make different pictures with, and that's all we have for sensorial right now. It's all she really needs. She can do a lot with that. We have the emotion 3-part cards. Again, just print out 2 sets and then cut one in half where the label is separate from the photo. And then she kind of has her piece area. So she has some Peace Bucket curriculum from Willow class. She has a yoga book, an affirmations little book, and then a peace candle that she can take out if she's wanting to feel peaceful. So the places she works are either on her work rug, which is just an old kitchen rug that we didn't use anymore. She also works on this kind of lap desk that she actually prefers more than anything else in her room. She also has her desk as well, but she tends to want to work on her lap desk, which is nice because it kind of keeps everything consolidated. So that's how we've been setting up her activities and keeping it in her room. It doesn't have to be complex. Look around your house, find a shelf or an area in your home where you can put a little prepared environment, put a little order, organization, and really look around your house to see what can be adapted, whether it's an egg carton and some beans and you're counting 1 to 10, or it's printing out some letters and having them spell what they see around the house. It doesn't have to be complex. Go out in nature, explore, don't overthink it. Having the folder system definitely helps for all the printables that I have on the website. So make sure if you are printing all of those that it's not all just in a basket, because they need some sort of order to see where they're needing to find something, and that's how it would be in the classroom. So try to mimic that as much as possible, but just on a smaller scale. Okay. I have some pictures I'll post for you as well, but I hope this was helpful to kind of give you a visual of how I'm doing it at home, and hopefully it'll help you figure things out as well. Thanks.